AB de Villiers, those who watched his brilliant innings of 73 not out of 33 against KKR at the IPL 2020 would have been privileged to have seen a modern great in action. It was a magnificent knock. Whatever adjective you may use is less, because under very trying circumstances on a difficult pitch where hardly anyone was firing, he just took away the limelight and he was magnificent. And who was he batting along with? Easily the best batsman in the world, called Virat Kohli, who nicely enough agreed to play a supporting role to AB. But then it was a magnificent performance. What makes him so great? That should be the focus of our chat today. And one of the most important points here is that AB, and I'll take you through the stuff that he did in South Africa in his teens and as a schoolboy, then later as he grew in different categories of sports. It shows that here is a man who is good at anything that he does. He's God gifted, not only just in cricket, but in other sports too. But let's begin with that, come back to that magnificent knock of 73. The game change moment in the stadium was when AB came in. He took his time and he took a considerable amount of deliveries to basically figure out what to do. And at that point in time, Kevin Pietersen, easily one of the greatest modern batsmen, I'm a huge fan of his, so inventor of the switch hit, he spoke about a couple of things, which the first one was that AB will take his time, he'll hang back in the crease and he will wait till he's comfortable, then he will blast the fast bowlers into the orbit, and some of the sixes might go onto the stadium. That's exactly how it happened. It was like a fairy tale prediction and it went right according to plan. So Nagarkoti came in, a young fast bowler. With his speed, he thought, this guy is hanging back, so let me try and blast him with a yorker. He bowled those yorkers, but AB was good enough to blast them on the onside, and two of those balls went for sixes. It hit a car on the road and everyone was speaking about it. It became a talking point. But the most interesting part is, what makes AB so good? What is it about AB that is so magical? So let me take you through a couple of stats about him. In his youth, in badminton, he was the national champ in the under 19 format. In swimming, he set 6 records in his school days. In rugby, he was the junior captain in rugby in South Africa. And let's remember that where rugby is concerned, South Africa plays it very, very seriously, is a very strong contender in the international circuit. Hockey, he was nominated to play for the national hockey team in South Africa. Soccer, he was chosen for the junior national team. Tennis, he was good enough to be part of the junior Davis Cup team. He set a record in the 100 meters at the junior level athletics championships. So is there anything that AB cannot do? It's what a record this man has, and so brilliantly naturally athletic. It just shows the ability that he has. In cricket, he has scored 22 test and 25 ODI hundreds, which is like a 45 plus. He has scored both the fastest 50 and the fastest century by a batsman in ODI cricket. The 50 came off just 16 balls, 50 of just 16 balls, and the 100 in just 31 balls. Also, he scored 149 runs of 44 balls in under 1 hour against West Indies. So, AB, you can only use superlatives, but if you look at his game clinically, he can play all over the wicket, all around the wicket he can score. He's not just restricted to one side, but he does have a preference for the onside where he goes for the big shots. His tendency is to hang back. Some of the bowlers can think about it as this IPL goes on. Andre Russell did try a different trick where he bowled diagonally across to AB, not giving him that leverage. Even he was hit, but he did have a plan, and it worked to some extent. I would say probably one of the best and the greatest limited over bowlers I have seen in the T20 format is Lasith Malinga, because it's easy in your mind to think that you can bowl those yorkers, but the margin of error is very, very minimal, and this is where Malinga would always score. A quick cut to Shane Warne, who is the mentor of Rajasthan Royals. I saw him coaching some of the leggies, and 2 or 3 of them were trying to bowl yorkers, and at that point in time Shane Warne said that hey, you're trying to bowl Yorkers, but remember, in a high pressure match situation, if you go just that much over, you will be blasted for a 6, if not a 4. So be sure of what you're trying to do. So this is what is so special about a great batsman, that he psychs the bowler. He instills that belief in the bowler that you do have a chance against me. So come on, take me out. And at that point in time, when the bowler misses that mark, even by an inch or so, boom, you're out of the park. And this is what AB does. There was a bit of a controversy that in the 2019 World Cup, if you remember, there was this talk that he made an overture to Faf du Plessis, the captain then, his old school buddy, also incidentally a very good friend of his, that he wanted to return, but Faf and the South Africa management took the call that it's too late for him to make that overture. It would be unfair to the others who have trained for him. It did hurt South Africa a lot, but I believe that Faf du Plessis took the right call because he was being fair to his team, to his teammates, and to those who had sweated it out. There is now another call, and coming from India coach Ravi Shastri, that AB should think of coming back into international cricket. I believe it's a bit too late. At age 36, he might just not be willing to go through the paces all over again. If it happens, great, but that's the age around which people think of their next move, and very few people want to hang around or be pushed out in case it doesn't work. It also brings back to another point where AB, since he's almost human, he did have a back problem, and that took its toll further because he was doubling as a wicket keeper. So he felt that and this happened around the time that he retired from international cricket, where he said he was very tired. At age 36, again he's keeping in the IPL. He is in great form. Will he come back? That remains to be seen.